So we're asked to factorize the following trinomial. Now, when you're factorizing, you need to realize all you're doing is the exact opposite of multiplying. So, we need to work all the way backwards so that we end up with something which is two things multiplied to each other, i.e., if you've watched my previous video, you'll also see it as two sides of a rectangle that need to be multiplied together to get a certain area. So your one bracket would be here, other bracket would be here. Now let's see what method I'm going to employ here. I'm going to do the Trinomial Buster, as was introduced to me by my maths teacher a while ago. So the first thing you want to do is you want to multiply coefficient of the first term with the last term. Once we've done that, we get a number. We get minus 30. It's minus 30 because this is a negative coefficient, right? Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get factors of minus 30 that when we multiply these factors, factor A and factor B, these factors, if we multiply them, they make minus 30. And if we take these same factors, these exact same factors, and we add them, they should equal to the coefficient of the middle term. So in this case, you'll see it's minus 1. Okay, so let's see if we can find these factors. Okay, so maybe we try 10 times minus 3. What does it equal when you add the two? Definitely not minus 1. 10 plus minus 3 ends up giving us 7. 7's not right. Let's keep going. Okay, so I know that 5 times 6 is 30. One of them needs to be negative because I need to get to minus 30. So let's see, this needs to be negative. So we'll go minus 6 and we'll multiply it by the other factor will be, the other factor of 30 is going to be positive 5. Positive 5 over there. So you add those, minus 6 plus 5, that is minus 1. That's the minus 1 we're looking for. There's the minus 1. We got it from where? We got it from here. Okay. So now we've done all the admin that needs to be done for this sum. We can actually jump into the problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate this without changing a single thing. You'll see what I mean by that shortly. So what this says is 2x squared. Now my two factors become relevant here because they make my minus 1. So if I, instead of just writing minus x here, if I write minus 6x plus, see, I'm getting the number from here, 5x minus 15. Now, is this thing up here the exact same thing as what I wrote down here? Well, let's look. We've got 2x squared minus x minus 15. Here we have 2x squared minus 6x plus 5x. That makes minus x minus 15. So we've confirmed these two are the exact same as each other. So now that we know they're the same, we can actually start factorizing. We very deliberately chose factors due to our coefficient of this term and our last term. So let's see why we chose those factors. So if you've ever factorized using grouping, what you'll know is that you could group together this side of the equation and this side of the equation, or of the expression, sorry. Now, must make sure that this sign will make you still get the same thing. So if I multiply the positive sign by the 5x, I should still get positive 5x. If I put the positive sign, multiply it by negative 15, I should still get negative 15. So if I multiply this out just like it is, I should still get exactly the same thing. Here's where it gets interesting. I can now take out a common factor from these two terms. What's the highest common factor I can take out? 2x looks like. So if I take out 2x from the first bracket, what will be left in my bracket will be x, because if I multiply it back it must give me that term. Then 2x times what will give me minus 6x. It's going to be minus 3. And then on this side, plus, I can take out a common factor out of this bracket also. Let's take out a 5. What's left? X minus 3. What we now notice over here, let me just section it off for us. Oh, sorry, almost sneezed. What we now notice over here is that we can take out x minus 3 as a common factor. Can you see we've got two instances of x minus 3. X minus 3 appears there, it appears again there. So if we can take it out as a common factor, let's do that. So I'll take out x minus 3. We are left with 2x plus 5. Okay. So can you see that we've gotten it down to one term now, and this trinomial is officially fully factorized.